Hi there. If this is your first time listening, this podcast is rated for those aged 18 and older, as we do cover mature topics on occasion and swear often. So if you shouldn't handle these topics, click the fuck off right now. And, all you motherfuckers still here, enjoy the show.
Hi, my name is Jazzy Oliver, and I committed the cardinal sin of not liking the Fantastic Four, so...
Yay! To be fair,
To be fair, what?
I've been trying. I may have almost said something very contentious, which is that no Fantastic Four movie has really ever been amazing.
Well,
Oh,
it's
snap.
weird because... Yeah, that's not even contentious, you're correct, but the weird thing is people have flocked to this one and saying how good it was, and it's like, I don't want to shit on anyone having a good time, but good God, this was not a good movie. I'm sorry.
I'll be real. It is hard to not immediately flock to it when the bar for a good Fantastic Four movie is in hell.
I mean, I guess, but look, if your
Look, this one has Pedro Pascal in it.
Look, if your bar for good food was in hell, would you eat out of the dump?
No.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, yeah, this one has Pedro Pascal and he's phoning it the fuck in, but that's a spoiler for if I talk about this movie.
Yeah. Welcome, everyone, to the Chaotically Queer podcast.
Hey, she got it this time.
I was gonna say, I don't know if I could do it, but like,
yeah, it's all good. Welcome to the Chaotically Queer podcast, a podcast where three queer voice actors talk about the things that interest us, and sometimes that's it.
Sometimes,
yeah.
it's that kind of month, isn't it? It's been that kind of month, hasn't it?
A lot has happened.
Too goddamn much.
We watched Ghibli, and then, like, everything happened.
Yeah.
And I'm not okay.
Yeah, it kind of did, honestly.
Right?
So how do we want to do this? Do we want to talk about, like, fucking The Cat Returns and then just get through all the bullshit?
Oh, I would love to talk about The Cat Returns. This was a wonderfully charming movie.
All right.
Yeah, so Cat Returns. I guess I'll just give a general summation. I like it. It's good. It's probably the Ghibli film I felt the most consistent about, like, in terms of the ones I don't see as, like, 10 out of 10 masterpieces, but, like, it's good. I like it. It has Tim Curry.
It has Tim Curry and Cary Elwes.
Yeah.
That is always a masterful combo right there, not gonna lie.
It has Cary Elwes doing Professor Layton.
Basically. There was kind of a Layton feel to this entire movie, wasn't there?
The second part definitely feels like a Layton game. Oh god, phlegm.
Like, at every point forward where he, like, appears in the court through the entire rest of the movie, yeah.
Like, you could do a double feature of this and the Layton movie Eternal Diva, and they'd feel tonally consistent, so...
Fuck, you're right, and they're both pretty similar.
I need to do that at some point now. You have inspired something in me now.
I am happy I can inspire. But yeah, Missy, how did you feel about the returning cat?
I knew next to nothing about this movie, aside from, like, the fact that I knew that in Whisper of the Heart there was the little cat statue appears in another movie as his own character. I did not know what to expect. Aside from that, I did not expect Ghibli to do really well executed adventure comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Like complete with the the Emperor's New Groove throwing the guy out the window gag twice.
That's right.
And I did have to look it up. The Emperor's New Groove did come out before this movie.
Yeah.
But no, it was genuinely a romp. It was a romp, and I laughed at the jokes. It was good. I liked it. And again, the voice talent is stellar.
Mm.
Like, you have Tim Curry, you have Carrie Elwes. God, I need to. If I was smart, I would have loaded up the Wikipedia page for the movie just so I could.
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway, yeah. Spoilers for where I put it on the list. It actually dethroned Whisper of the Heart for number 4.
See, I respect
and
that.
I'm the only one who put it that high.
I would not go that far. I like it a lot. Again, I think the thing for me is that I just see it as a solid film. Like, I don't see it as a masterpiece or like something that is other Ghibli films should aspire to at this point, but it is a good film, and that's oddly refreshing in this marathon, quite frankly, to have a film that's not necessarily a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, but not one that's disappointing, so...
Yeah. I think, for me, it reaches that peak that, is a good movie, but it's not a transcendent one.
Fair.
Like the one above it, Princess Mononoke, Kiki's Delivery Service, Spirited Away, for me, are all transcendent films.
Yeah.
Chloe, you've been quiet in terms of your opinion. What did you think of The Cat That Came Back?
Honestly, I remember
Ma,
like watching
there's
it like,
a weird cat.
Ma, there's a weird cat out here. That's basically just how the plot gets going, I suppose.
Ma, the cat came back.
No, but seriously here. I remember only watching this like once when I was really young. Like, I think I remember watching this like next to Spirited Away when I was younger, because it's just like, oh yeah, it's like really cute. And I had no context of Whisper of the Heart when I was younger. Now that I've seen Whisper of the Heart and I can now connect it back to The Cat Returns, I'm just like, oh shit, okay. It's not as good as Whisper of the Heart, but it's definitely like still like an upper mid-tier Ghibli film. Like, I will definitely say this. It almost dethroned Totoro for me at one point.
Wow.
But Totoro does have that very unique kind of charm with a really good moral behind it at points with it. And that, I feel like, personally kind of tips it a little bit in favor of that. But the fact that Cat Returns came so close to dethroning Totoro has to mean something good there. Especially given the fact that it's often written off as like a lull movie in the middle of like 2 really hype movies for Ghibli. That being last time Spirited Away, and the next time, which will be Howl's Moving Castle.
My hot take film gets closer.
Cannot wait for that. But seriously speaking here, I genuinely think that this is one of the most underrated Ghibli movies that we've covered on this one so far. Like, there are ones that definitely do feel like they have received a lot more appraisal in more recent years because people have gone back to it. I can say for certain that Yamada's and Only Yesterday definitely have gotten that more reappraisal of Takahata's works. But for Cat Returns specifically, I consistently see that getting written off, like, across the board. And I feel like, especially for the viewing that we watched it for, I just sat there going like, why do people not like this? This is really good, actually.
I've never really seen people say they dislike it. It's mainly that Ghibli movie that people are like, oh, it's good, but they don't really talk beyond that. It's kind of an understated film,
Yeah,
I'd
that's what I
say.
mean by
Yeah.
that, actually. I've never seen people
Yeah,
actively be all like, oh, it sucks, actually. It's just like, it's nothing special. And I'm just like, nothing
and
special? Are you kidding me?
I think the thing it needs to contend with is that so Ghibli doesn't really do sequels. None of the films that we are watching are direct sequels to each other.
Yeah.
The Cat Returns is one where that is the closest we have to an exception because it is a spin-off of Whisper of the Heart. Like you could even argue that this is a story that was written by that movie's main character, which
Right.
I could say.
Yeah.
And I think when you compare the two, just personally speaking, there is something Cat Returns is kind of lacking that made Whisper of the Heart so special. But I don't think that's a bad thing in this case because it's a simpler story. I'd have a bigger problem if it was longer, but I actually find the Cat Returns to be a perfectly suitable length. It's about an hour.
Yeah.
Like
I think we were talking about it in like comparison to the length of like The Nightmare Before Christmas.
right, or in to kind of compare it to a film we didn't like in Pompoko, one of the biggest issues with that film is it went too goddamn long.
It was way too long.
Hot take,
Right.
I
Yeah.
miss 90-minute movies as a standard. I don't know, like, I fully understand that, like, longer movies are the norm now because you've got to tell more stuff in it, but I just miss the days where I could turn on a movie and it would be round about 90 minutes, and it's like, cool, that's an hour and a half just taken out of my day. That was lovely. Now I could get on to do something else. Now it's just like 2 hours or something like that, or 2.5, and it's just like, okay, cool, guess I gotta set aside like a majority of this part of my day to enjoy a movie.
hmm But yeah, no, I appreciate that The Cat Returns did not overstay its welcome. It is a movie that kind of just breezes by, but you never feel like I never felt like it was rushed at any point. Like I felt
No, yeah.
I
No.
felt like it. Like I said, I feel like Whisper of the Heart had the advantage of more time to develop its ideas and story, but I don't feel like Cat Returns necessarily needed that for what it was trying to do. And I actually appreciate that it's a film that wasn't trying to be a masterpiece. It is a film that knows what it is. It's a simple story that's just there to be fun. And while I rank it pretty low in my Ghibli ranking personally, I'd put it as better than Porco Rosso, not as good as Grave of the Fireflies on my ranking,
Mhm.
but I say that yet it's kind of hard to fault it for being that low because it's like an 8 out of 10 movie in a ranking where the top half is mostly 10 out of 10 masterpieces.
Yeah. And I mean, we come back to this every so often. I think it's a good reminder that like we are taking a very difficult task upon us, which is rank the Ghibli catalog.
Mm.
You know, the studio known for absolutely transcendent works of art put to film. Like
But
even a mid Ghibli movie is a good movie in general.
Pretty
right,
much.
like I'd say up in terms of where we are in the ranking, the only films I'd consider of what we watch to be bad movies are Pompoko and Ocean Waves, and I know you two vehemently disagree on that last one, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
I
still,
mean, yeah,
yeah.
point made.
hmm
If this
but
ranking has taught me anything, it's that, hey, if people can disagree over Ghibli films, then and still be able to hold themselves together as a group, that is the perfect sign that you've got a good friend group right there. Because we have definitely had some controversial takes that have definitely been a little bit that in any other group would be like knife to your throat levels.
right. So yeah, it's a solid movie. I'd say where I said where I rank it, and I don't really have much else to say. It's kind of a movie that what you see is what you get, and I appreciate that. So
Yeah.
Ye-
It's in the context of the Ghibli canon, it's a pickle of a movie. It's a palate cleanser between courses,
Yep.
mhm.
which I think works to its benefit.
Really does, especially given what we've got coming up next time. Because
I do think it also kind of works to its detriment because again, I'd heard next to nobody like ever talk about this movie, and I think that's because it's flanked on either side by absolute titans.
absolutely.
So, yeah. So I think we're good on this one, are we?
One more bit, podcast ranking. So
Oh
I
yeah.
believe it goes Grave, Pom Poko, Nazca, Ocean Waves, Only Yesterday, Porco Rosso, Yamada's Castle in the Sky, Cat Returns, Totoro, Kiki, Mononoke, Whisper at the Heart, and Spirited Away.
Good shit.
Yeah.
I'm
At a certain point, that upper half is going to be like that top six isn't going to it's going to be like all transcendent.
Oh,
pretty much.
definitely. I'm not going to be surprised if like next time is going to be the one that finally knocks out Totoro from the top 5.
Fair enough. So since y'all have a topic you want to talk about pretty extensively, in a bit, would y'all mind if I talk about movies I've seen since the last,
Go
By
on.
all means.
But I'm trying to remember what was the last movie I talked about in terms of 2025 films, so...
The last
I-
movies you
I-
talked about was Snow White and Colors Within.
Which ones
And Colors Within. Okay, so I've seen
was that what made it to the podcast, or was that in lost recordings?
That's what made it to the
Oh.
podcast, and we also covered the ones that didn't make it into there, which was Captain America: Brave
Okay.
New World.
Okay. So I've seen a few movies since that record from 2025, and you know what? Let's see, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I could talk about 4 in like a good amount of time. But
Speed round,
giving
let's go!
okay, so the first film I saw since Snow White for 2025 was K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh, hell yeah.
I still need to see this.
So, this is a movie that I like to kind of give a rundown. I really liked this movie. I loved the animation style. I love how gremlin energy all the characters are. It's not afraid to be weird and kind of cringe in areas, and I liked it for a lot for that.
Nice.
Sony's just been knocking it out of the park as far as animated films have been going lately. I think the biggest detriment to this film is probably the pacing, because as a result, while one of the main 3 gets a lot of screen time and a really good arc, the other 2 feel a little left in the dust, but they're still likable enough that I didn't find it a huge issue. That being said, while I'd say this movie's kinda 8 out of 10, the soundtrack is a perfect 10 out of 10. I have had this thing on repeat on my phone since I saw it late June.
No, I need to look up what this what the K-pop Demon Hunters OST is, because I can only assume it is well-known K-pop industry names.
Probably. And actually, I was wrong. It wasn't 4 movies. It was 5. My bad. But anyway, I have 5. So this is the first one. But yeah, I'd give it an 8. K-pop Demon Hunters was a lot of fun. I liked it. Next movie. I saw a Minecraft movie.
Oh, no.
Chicken Jockey!
It was awful. It was so bad. I'm so and I know this is probably the least shocking thing you've heard, that I didn't like a Minecraft movie, because I can't call it the Minecraft movie. It's a Minecraft movie technically. I hate this fucking title.
Is it not just called Minecraft movie?
It's called a Minecraft movie.
Oh no.
Just call it the Minecraft movie. Come on now.
Yeah.
What are they going to confuse it with? Come on.
What are you going to do? Make another Minecraft movie?
Anyway, so I'm not a Minecraft fan at all. I think I tried playing it back in the day and got bored. So, as far as Zen games go, it kind of bores me to tears. This one did nothing for me. I liked Jack Black and Jason Momoa, and they were surprisingly gay together in this movie, which I dug, but they had the gayest chemistry. It was Old Man Yowie, and I was kind of here for it. But other than that, this is gonna sound weird. You ever talk to someone about their hyperfixations and they don't bother giving you the context. They just say a bunch of words that mean nothing to you because they haven't even started with the foundation yet. Probably every conversation you've ever had with me, but let's...
I feel like we're all guilty of that, but go on.
They made that into a movie. They don't explain anything about Minecraft or this world or how it works. It just throws terms at you and
Oh, they
hopes
just
that...
they assume that they assume that everyone watching this movie has played Minecraft.
Right.
Basically.
And as a result, it has like the shittiest world building I've seen in a movie in the last ever, I think. Like even the Mario movie, which was kind of guilty of expecting a lot, even that bothered to explain some shit. Like that took a bit of time to explain even the most basic aspects of its world building. Like even if you felt like it was still a bit shoddy, there was a foundation there. This didn't have anything. Most of Jack Black's dialogue is just top text, bottom text. Like, that's what it is. Like, all of Jack Black's dialogue is just jingling keys. Like, that's the dialogue in this movie. It says things... Like,
go on.
So my roommate has played Minecraft, and the number of times I had to look at her and ask her what the fuck these characters were talking about is kind of beautiful. I wish y'all were there for that.
Awesome.
Other than that,
I kind of expected the entire movie just by looking at the trailers and the visuals. I expected the movie was just going to be Jingling Keys the movie.
It was Jingling Keys the movie. That's
God.
all it was. That's all it was. Other than that, filmmaking was stale. The jokes were bad. The performances outside of Jack Black and Jason Momoa were also bad. The story doesn't...
Did they make the green screen better?
No, it looked horrendous. Like, the effects looked horrendous. This is one of the worst looking movies I've seen from a big budget studio ever. It is so bad. Yeah, I think I gave it like a 2 out of 10 on Letterboxd, and I'm sitting with that rating. And 2 out of 10 for Minecraft.
Big oof.
Next one was Megan 2.0, a sequel to a movie I really liked. Shame about this.
Mixed things about this one.
Shame about this one.
Oh no.
So I was kind of into it for the first 2/3. It was kind of setting up some interesting ideas, and while it was still flawed and I had some issues with the writing, I was mostly on board for what was going on. And then the last third happened.
Oh no.
Like, they do a twist that I called like 5 minutes into the movie, and I was hoping they wouldn't do. They have a reveal where the cool antagonists they set up, Amelia, just gets completely butchered. Every character starts talking like idiots to the point where I think the script was written by AI. Like, the dialogue in the last third becomes incomprehensible.
Oh.
With like obvious grammatical mistakes that I was noticing. I can't remember them off the top of my head, but there was bits in the dialogue where it sounded like grammatically incorrect, and the poor actors just had to say it.
Oh no.
Like, it's so bad. I am shocked that they turned out a sequel as bad as it was after the first one was so much fun.
So wait, was this actually written by AI in like the second half?
It might have been, like, so this movie tries to have a talk about AI and its role in art, and some points you think it's anti-AI, but some other points you think it kind of gives off an air of pro-AI.
Basically,
I don't
they
know
try
what
to have their cake and eat it too.
It's the horror film equivalent of a centrist.
Oh, that's
actually
so bad.
And not even where the centrist is the villain.
Right, no, the centrist is not the villain. And in fact, minor spoilers, mute if you dare. The anti-AI character is the villain. Which is why I got the vibes, the bad vibes from it.
Okay, yeah, that checks fucking hell.
Yeah, so it's sad. I wanted sequels to Megan. I thought after the first one was so fun, we'd have like another Chucky on our hands, but I just want this franchise to die, honestly, already.
Fucking hell.
It wasn't even good for horror because it was an action film. There was no horror. Like, it's bad. I think I gave it a 4 out of 10 on Letterboxd, and I'll stand by that, but I have a feeling if I ever tried watching it again, it would go lower.
Yikes.
Yeah, 4 out of 10 in parentheses, merciful.
Yeah. Superman!
Oh, I can't wait to
Okay.
see this.
Okay. Do you all know how much I didn't realize I needed a pro-Palestine anti-military Superman movie in my life? And when
Let's
I got
fucking
it,
go.
I was so happy.
Let's
Like,
fucking go. Let's fucking go.
this was outstanding. I do feel like it was kind of had a bit too much going on in terms of what it was trying to introduce for this new universe. Like, there are characters that could have probably gotten cut out and you'd be fine, but that's the only issue. I had so much fun with this. The tone of this movie kind of reminds me of a Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie, and I mean that in the best possible way.
Let's
Awesome.
go.
Like, it's so fun and lighthearted, but with odd bits of darkness put in, and how, like, these weird, fucked up scenes that just come out of nowhere, and I kind of loved it for that.
You guys ever just
Am I
wonder
one
why
of
James
the-
Gunn wasn't making more fucking superhero movies by this point?
I know, like, this is, look, not to shit on anything Snyder made, even though I don't like most of what he's made, but I'm like, comparing this to Man of Steel, there was no contest. This was a way better movie.
Ooh.
Like, the performances were great. I especially loved Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, who Lex Luthor in this movie is the best cinematic interpretation of a hater I've ever seen.
Amazing.
Just pure hater energy throughout the entire thing, and he
Keep
was
sipping
very
that
entertaining as a
haterade.
result.
How does the Superman movie Lex Luthor add up against probably my favorite interpretation of Lex Luthor, which is the Justice League animated one
Ooh,
from the TV series?
I'd have to watch Justice League again, but based on memory, I'd say he's right up there, if not my favorite of the two.
Awesome.
Like, again, as soon as I heard Nicholas Hoult was cast as Lex Luthor, I was like, oh, this is going to be so good. And he did not disappoint at all.
Okay.
He was so fun.
Okay, I have to ask a question then in response to Missy's. How does it stack up to my personal favorite Lex Luthor, which is Michael Rosenbaum?
That was
Christopher Reeve?
Smallville.
That was in Smallville. I've never seen Smallville, unfortunately, so I couldn't tell you, Chloe. I'm
Damn.
sorry.
I just made a bunch of people really angry because I dared to utter the Christopher Reeve Superman movie.
I was gonna say that was Gene Hackman you were thinking of, Missy.
Yes, thank you. All right. Yep. Mm.
Who was the Luthor in Superman Returns?
An actor that I probably shouldn't mention because he did very bad things.
Okay, very fair.
Moving on.
I was gonna say, the initials are KS if you want to go with that. So
Yeah, fair.
okay.
Good Lex Luthor.
Okay, so yeah, Lex Luthor was good. Lex
Good
Luthor
in
was great.
quotation marks.
I really liked David Cornswat and Rachel Brosnahan as Superman and Lois Lane. They were great. Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner was perfection.
Hello? That's something I hadn't heard.
Like, Superman has not only given us one of the best Superman movies we've ever gotten, but it also gave us the best Green Lantern movie by a long shot.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a good. Oh yeah, also the dog. I can't forget mentioning the dog. The dog was the best part. He's good boy.
Hell yeah.
I saw a video not too long ago. I think James Gunn himself posted it. That was just him coming into the studio one day and just like completely occupied petting the dog.
Yeah, but yeah, I trying to think of what else to say about this movie without going into spoilers. Like, it's just really good. I never thought I'd be hyped for a cinematic universe before this point, but quite frankly, I want more. I can't wait to see what this universe gives me. Honestly, 9 out of 10 for me on that one.
if you're holding back on spoilers, that means you want people to see it. So that's a glowing endorsement in itself.
And finally, going from DC to Marvel, the Fantastic Four first steps.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people singing this movie's praises. I gotta be the hot take here.
Oh boy.
I didn't like it. I'm
Oddly
gonna
enough, I've seen more lukewarm takes than anything.
I don't know. It's just so this movie's really weird in that events don't really flow into each other and stuff just happens. And like I heard there was like a bunch of scenes left on the cutting room floor that were like deleted for the final cut. And
Oof.
and I'll be real, as soon as I found that out, all of this movie's problems made so much more sense. Like I'm not one to outcry for extended cuts because quite frankly, Zack Snyder has made me numb to the idea.
Yep.
But if an extended cut ever came out of this film, it might convince me to watch it again because I could see how a lot of my issues would be fixed by just additional scenes that helped other scenes make more sense.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Maybe it's and I'll admit right up front, I'm probably not the target audience for MCU films anymore. Most of them
I don't think any of us are, frankly.
Like, most of them just don't impress me. But there was just one. I was hoping to get something out of this one, if for no other reason than I've seen the other Fantastic Four movies. They are all very bad. And I will give First Steps this. It is the best of the bunch. That isn't saying much.
It really isn't.
When the bar's in hell.
Right.
Going right back to what I was saying before.
Yeah. If I had any positives for it, I liked the setting they went with. It was kind of this cool, like, alternate universe 1960s with some future tech mixed in. And I kind of liked it. It was cool. I wish there was more of it, but it kind of gets understated by the last third, so.
Oof.
The action was fine. I liked hearing FF16 Sid's voice coming out of Galactus. That was cool.
Hello?
Yeah, Ralph
Hey,
Ineson plays
yo.
Galactus. Like, and he's probably. I'll say this: Galactus is kind of a dull villain, but I liked his performance. So,
Did they turn Galactus into like a one-off movie villain?
probably based on how they deal with him. Spoilers, but whatever. You know they're going to deal with him.
Frag.
Look, if you've seen an MCU film, you've seen this one. That's
I know. It didn't
that-
stop me from hoping for better, though.
The action was fine. None of the action scenes blew me away like Superman did, but they were fine. Other than that, I don't really like it. There's kind of a weird and I'm trying to explain this next bit without spoiling it, because I had a personal issue with this film that I made very clear on my BlueSky that people who liked it immediately disagreed with me on and did not like what I had to say.
Okay, Jazzy, I'm gonna do something for you real quick. Okay, editing Chloe. This is the spoiler section. Put up a goddamn spoiler warning right now for Jazzy's bit here. Jazzy, do your thing.
Okay, so in the movie, when they go to confront Galactus the first time, about like a third of the way in, this movie's very rushed, by the way, if you couldn't tell.
With the amount of stuff that was cut out, yeah.
Galactus noticed that Sue is pregnant, and by the way, I did not see anyone on socials giving Sue as much shit for going into battle pregnant as they did Spider-Woman when Spider-Verse came out. I wonder what the difference is between the two. Suspicious. Anyway.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, and he's like, "Oh, the baby you're about to shoot out of your cooch is all powerful. Please give me baby, and I will go ahead and spare your planet." And Sue's like, "No." And
frankly, I'm stunned that they put the plot point of Franklin Richards in what is essentially the MCU's introduction of the Fantastic Four.
This movie feels like a sequel to a movie that doesn't exist. Like,
yeah,
it feels like we just skipped over like the entire origin story and Doom and everything important.
So they don't do
Franklin Richards is like in terms of Marvel canon, is basically a god.
Now,
He is
they
the
decide.
Haruhi Suzumiya of
Mhm.
of Marvel.
Yep.
So they decided against doing an origin story for this one, and in some ways I see why, because we've had it's kind of like the Batman and Superman thing of, well, do you really need one for these characters? We've had other iterations, but at the same time, it's so radically different from others that I'm like, you probably should have done an origin movie. Like, I don't know, like with Superman, they like minor spoilers for Superman, but that's also not an origin film, but that worked better without being one.
Yep.
Right.
But anyway, so this Fantastic Four says, "No, we will not trade this one unborn baby for billions of lives." Okay.
Fuck you, Galactus.
And then Galactus uses a labor beam to put Sue into labor.
Hello?
This movie does this, and they take it completely seriously, and that's another problem I have. They do so much stupid shit and try to take it seriously when it just doesn't work. And then they go back to Earth, and everyone's like, "Hey, how did defeating Galactus go?" And Reed's just like, "Oh, he asked for too much. He asked for this one baby." And every time the conversation comes back to should they have traded the baby, they're like, "No, this baby's super important and has a destiny, and it could change the world and everything." And
how do they know that?
because Galactus said so.
Oh,
and
joy.
and in fairness, there is a payoff to that, but
Oh.
I don't know. Something about it's like, oh, don't sacrifice the one baby for billions of lives. It has an important destiny. And as someone who went to a heavily pro-life Catholic school, I got vibes.
Yeah, I was about to say, it gives off the vibes
yeah.
of pro-life versus pro-choice bullshit right there.
Right. And that's the people were arguing me against. They're like, oh no, it's not a pro-life movie. You're looking too deep into it. But I'm seeing, I made a mistake and decided to look up what more right-wing public and religious publications were saying about this movie. That's the message they got.
Funny.
And I'm just like, hello, it's right there.
If it
You can
walks like a duck and sounds like a duck.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna say this. With how heavily more leaning to the right Disney has been about their messaging across the board with their movies as of late, it would not fucking surprise me if they put that in there, or the writers of the Fantastic Four movie put that in there as like a subtle little thing, as like a dog whistle, to be honest.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. It's like people are like, oh, it's not right wing. And it's like, would you be surprised if it was though? Because like Disney's been doing everything it can to appeal to the right, not just especially so recently, but they've done it for a while. Most MCU movies are military propaganda. Let's be 100% real here. Like,
Yep.
Since Iron Man 1, yeah.
Like, so there's always been kind of a right-wing leaning, but this made me uncomfortable because I don't know. Do you know the number of times I've been in my time in Catholic school, I heard the anti-abortion argument of, oh, but that baby could cure cancer.
Probably too many.
Way
Too many.
times.
And that's the vibe I got from this movie. And it made me uncomfortable and just kind of soured the experience overall. And here's the thing, if people disagree with that take, that's absolutely fine. That's just what I got, but meet me halfway and understand why I got that vibe from it.
Yeah.
Because it was so bad
I
and
wonder
disgusting.
how many iterations were left on the not even on the cutting room floor, but like on the script floor.
Well,
Right.
given
I
like
am
the
aware
fact that this has been in production hell for like close to like a decade at this point.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's 4 screenwriters for this film, by the way, and it feels like it.
Oh no. Oh no.
Like, other than the very ick issue, you can take away the spoiler warning now. We're done there.
Okay, editing Chloe. This is the end of the spoiler section.
Mhm.
Bing bong, bing bong.
But anyway, pacing was terrible. I thought the cast was kind of phoned in, if I'm being real. Pedro Pascal was there for a paycheck, and Vanessa Kirby was very dull. The guy who played Johnny was fine. Thing was okay, but Johnny himself was very annoying. I just don't like this character. I've never liked Johnny Storm. If Johnny Storm has one hater, I'm that hater.
So wait, even Ebon Moss Bokrum wasn't as good as the Thing in this movie? That's a bummer.
He was fine, like, but nothing special. I'll say, for all of the Tim Story movies problems, I prefer Michael Chiklis in the role, quite frankly. Like,
Honestly,
Ooh,
yeah, Michael Chiklis is really good, honestly.
yeah, the
Yeah.
only real standout performances for me were from the villains. I mentioned Ralph Ineson as Galactus, and he did great. Julia Garner was great as the Silver Surfer, but the way they wrote her character was shit, and you can tell a man wrote it. I'll just say that. I'll
Big
end it
oof.
there. Actually, that applies to most of this movie. You can tell men wrote it.
Yikes.
Because MCU ain't beating the "we can't write women properly" allegations.
Marvel,
Oh, it's
we get
accurate.
women.
It's accurate to this. It's because of this movie that apparently I learned that high fives were there's a history to high fives.
Fair enough. But anyway, yeah, I didn't like it. I like some of the ideas on paper. If they ever release a director's cut, maybe I'll give it a look, because I can tell there were a lot of scenes that were removed.
Mm.
And even some of the more ick scenes of this movie, I can see being improved by scenes that just go over it a
Recontextualize
bit
them.
more. Like, kind of just have the characters talk about shit.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm asking for more talking and less action, but I kind of am for this one. Anyway, 3 out of 10. That's where I'm standing. And there are the movies I've seen since the last podcast. Y'all want to talk about your shit, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Jazzy, but this is a Umamusume podcast now.
Okay, I'm gonna go get chicken.
Enjoy.
Okay, so, it's been no secret on this channel, the horse girl gotcha takeover has gone into full effect.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, and to be fair, I was suckered into it because of an anime, and then I was told, oh yeah, there's a gotcha game coming out of this, and I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sake, now I gotta fucking play this game. God fucking damn it. And you, on the other hand, have a lot more experience in gotcha games than I do.
I have a long and storied history with gotcha games. Yes, going back probably too far. Before we say anything else about this game, I want to make it perfectly clear that I will never recommend a gotcha game to anyone.
Yeah.
I think the genre itself is inherently.
Predatory, I think we can say that.
I was gonna say problematic. Predatory is the better word. Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot more
Um,
fair to say that gotcha games are very predatory in their nature because
Yep.
they work on fear of missing out, and they work upon the idea that, oh hey, the only way to get better at the game is to do roles, which if you're not just playing casually, you got to spend money in order to do it. And as
Correct.
many people on this metasphere, in the total sphere of influence, like infamously Jim Sterling of the Jimquisition have pointed out, for those of us on the neurodivergent scale, that sort of thing can really fuck you up in terms of microtransactions, which in terms of gotchas is very prevalent throughout it.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
what we're about to say, make no mistake, no matter how hype we get about talking about this, we are not here to say that you
It is
need
not
to
a
get into this.
It is not a recommendation.
Yeah, it is not us recommending a gotcha game. It is just us getting excited about it because we've just so happened to have fun with a dumb horse girl game, and it just so happens to be a gotcha game.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I really enjoy it.
Yeah. And like
it's charming, and it's charming in a way that a lot of modern, I say modern gotcha games, but like what I mean by modern gotcha games is the Hoyoverse likes, which is the Genshin Impact, the Honkai Star Rail, the Wuthering Waves, what have you, the open world or stage-based, turn-based, what have you, with over-designed characters.
Mm.
I like something that's simpler.
Yeah, and I'd say this as someone who never really got into Hoyoverse. My main thing was always,
Don't.
yeah, I've been told don't get into the Hoyoverse. It is massive mistake if you end up doing it. But 100%, as someone who never got into Hoyoverse, my main thing for a hot minute was Fate Grand Order for like a year from 2018 to 2019 when Global was released like globally and everything. And
Yeah.
then it
This feels a
was
lot more like that, honestly.
yeah, and Bang Dream, most recently thanks to Ave Muchika getting me back into it because I was into it for a hot minute back in 2019, and then I got
And I was never much of a musical anime enjoyer or game player. I think the closest I ever got was Mustache. Mustache is the closest I've ever been to anime plus music/rhythm game.
yeah, that
I
tracks.
I haven't even played. I have it, but I haven't played Project Diva.
Oh, now that actually surprises me, to be honest, because you seem like the kind of person that would have been all over Project Diva back in the day.
And I was, and I've talked about it. I've talked about it with the two of you. Um, but the music videos for Project Diva stages that people had uploaded online was my um was my pipeline from was my pipeline into the anime sphere.
That tracks.
Like it went it went Project Diva music videos to AMVs to full anime.
You know what? That actually tracks a bit too much, honestly.
And I just checked, and yes, in my Steam library, I have Hatsune Miku Project Diva Megamix Plus.
Nice. I think that is the combined one that has 1 and 2 in there as one game.
Yeah. But yeah, Umamusume, it's adorable. I like the characters. I like I like that you can tell that the Cygames budget went into the idol performances. I like that the characters are voiced by uh the seiyus are also singers.
Yep. And it also works really
And I like the
well.
replayability of it.
Yeah, that too. Like,
Yeah.
with most gacha games I've gotten into, it's like I can only really play it for like 1 hour before I'm just like, right, okay, I'm done for like the entire day. Meanwhile, I have literally lost hours to fucking Umamusume. It is that much of a time sink because it's just like, right, okay, I gotta do this. There's an
Huh.
event going on. I wanna fucking do this.
And I like playing it for just like the I like that the career mode is a learning about the characters that each
Yes.
start off as like your basic anime tropes. Like my
Yes.
favorite is Daiwa Scarlet, who starts as like you're straight up tsundere,
Yep.
like one dimensional, singular line dimensional tsundere, and as you just go on, you're like, oh wait, I'm actually getting attached to her.
Yeah, that's how it fucking tricks you. See, I was in the reverse. I did Vodka's run first, where Daiwa is your rival and basically does the bitchy tsundere archetype the entire time.
Yep.
And then I played her run being all like, oh god, what are you gonna do? And then it's like, oh no, she actually has like a pretty decent plot going on in hers. Oh no, I think I'm actually becoming attached to her. No, fucking
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah. Um
Also, the races are like really fucking hype. Like, the actual
Yeah.
racing aspect to it, where it's just like you actually just see a simulated race of like the one horse girl that you have been training the entire time. Like, it is literally just that meme of the spirit of gambling re-enters your body from generations past.
And it's just like also I get hype at sports. I get real hype at sports.
So do I to
So
an extent.
so I
Yeah.
will just so like when the racing happens, like I stim out of anticipation, out of excitement.
You know, that tracks, yeah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I enjoy it. I hope the game is managed well globally. It seems to be doing well already. I can only hope that that Cygames cares for it with the consideration that it should.
Well, I mean, given the fact that at the moment they're pretty much like hitting so many social media milestones that there's just like, it's just like,
They're
oh,
rolling in it.
yeah. And it's
They're
just like,
rolling in it right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they're practically rewarding the global community for doing so, because it's just like, oh, hey, every
Yeah.
other day it's just like, oh, hey, another 15K, a 1.5K carrot has just entered my account. Cool, thank you, Cygames. Immediately rolls. Damn you, Cygames.
Yeah, I mean, and that's, fam. I will never recommend playing a gotcha game for this reason.
Yeah, it's just like,
Play Kingdom Hearts.
yeah, play Kingdom Hearts, play any other non-gotcha game.
Play Kingdom Hearts. Play Project Diva. Play Muse. Muse Dash deserves more love. Play Muse Dash. Muse Dash is cheap as hell.
How cheap is it?
I want to say it's like $4 or $5 US on Steam
Ooh,
right now. Hang
that
on.
is
Just
really
so I
cheap,
don't just so I don't
actually.
just so I don't spread misinformation.
Oh no, spreading misinformation on this podcast? Perish the thought.
I
Hi.
Hello. Muse Dash is $3.
That's really fucking cheap, actually. Hell yeah. Like, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yo, get fucking Muse Dash. Like, for the amount of cost that you could get for, like, buying, like, the starter, like, thing in Umamusume, you could instead do it on a game where you could just buy that in perpetuity, and it's just like, cool.
And also Muse Dash is really challenging. Even though you are able to do it with just 2 fingers. The 2 fingers. Sorry, Elden Ring joke.
hey.
But I do have a Missy finally watched a thing.
Do it.
Yay.
Have I talked with either of you a lot about my love of Guilty Gear, the fighting game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Recently, not I want to say recently, but like fairly recently, in conjunction with one of the characters being released in Guilty Gear Strive, they released an 8-episode, I guess, anime, like mini arc called Guilty Gear Strive Dual Rulers. And it is stupid and fun and hype as hell. 100% recommend it.
Nice.
I'll keep that in mind.
I think it does. So it is canon. It is canon, and it picks up after the end of, like, it addresses the status quo after the story campaign mode in parentheses movie cut that was built into Guilty Gear Strive.
Ooh.
It is like when I say it is a canon mini arc, that is what it is. It is an 8-episode arc. Nobody gets say like Soul Bad Guy doesn't get his powers back.
Yikes.
At least not in the way you would think.
Oh.
No, he becomes an inventor basically.
Nice.
Like he still has the outrage, which is his weapon. He can still swing that around, but he's not like he canonically has lost the powers that were taken from him in Strive.
Oh, okay. So it's sort of like a sequel-ish to Strive's main story?
Yeah, it is a canon sequel.
Wild. Okay, I think I might have to actually like sit down and finish it at some point because I got like halfway through it and I didn't really finish it while it was airing.
It is both slow and very fast.
Yeah.
I feel like certain parts of it, the one part I will say that is like, okay, I see what they were going for. I'm not going to let it slide without addressing it though. There are overall, the wider story beats get addressed in an overview at the start of each episode. So, like, you'll get a rough idea if you know nothing about Guilty Gear. You'll get a rough idea that there was a massive war in the past called the Crusades. You'll understand who the major players are. You'll be able to get that if you have no knowledge of Guilty Gear at all. As a side note, if I may recommend Woolly Versus's several part Guilty Gear lore compendium series that he released leading up to Guilty Gear Strive. That is fantastic, and I've watched it multiple times. It's why I know so much of the lore.
Also, just big shout outs to Bully Versus in general. Dude just became a dad.
Yeah, he did.
Nice.
Yeah, and that now makes like 2 out of 3 of the former best friends Zaibatsu who are now dads.
Yep.
That just kind of made me go like, oh shit, God, we are getting old.
We're all in our late 20s.
I know.
It's fine.
I know, but it's just like, oh God, the people we grew up watching and make funny fuck videos like a decade ago, they're dads now. Fuck.
Ah, why am I old? I didn't ask for this.
Yeah. Anyway, you will get the broad strokes overview of the world of Guilty Gear just watching the show. You won't get everything. It does not. The overviews that they do give, like, I get why they would present the information in that way. For me, who is a lorehead who, as a matter of pride, has the entirety of the Kingdom Hearts lore memorized, I do in fact have it memorized.
Hell yeah.
Got it memorized.
Correct. I feel like it is too broad strokes, personally, for me. What is for me, though, which someone who will never have seen any Guilty Gear, though, is the tiny, like, visual or spoken or behaviors of characters that would fly completely under the radar for anyone who isn't familiar with Guilty Gear, but any of us who someone like me who does know everything about Guilty Gear, I was able to point at those and go, "Oh, that's cool."
Nice.
So like on one side of the coin, there's something for everyone, and on the other side of the coin, you can't expect to get everything and also have a perfect time, if that makes sense. Which it's a very fine middle road to walk, and I get why they would try to do that. I appreciate the attempt. It also, as a final note, has one of the best trans moments that I have seen.
Nice.
Bridget appears substantially in the show.
Yeah.
We get to see Bridget do stuff and talk and fight. And she has a massive impact on one of the main characters. Or one of the central characters. Basically, everyone in Guilty Gear is a main character in their own sort of way. But the way she talks about her experience finding herself is extremely beautiful. And it does not contain the word trans. But it makes perfect sense to anyone. It would make perfect sense to either of you.
Fair.
It made perfect sense to me. And I really appreciated it.
Aw.
And the end song is a bop.
Yay.
It is fantastic. I would highly recommend, like, of any video game tie-in anime, it's dumb, stupid, and fun. It's so much fun. So many explosions.
Hell yeah.
Explosions and, like, pastel-colored, four-pointed star explosions. It's good stuff.
Oh, yeah, I think I might have
I think every
finished this at some point.
character was done very well.
We love it, honestly, especially for Guilty Gear.
The bros are broing and the women are badasses. So yeah, that's what I watched.
Good shit.
And just finished it today.
Nice.
Yay.
Finish it in time to talk about it on the podcast. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, and speaking of finishing things, how about we start to wrap it up here, yeah?
Yeah. What are y'all up to this month?
Well, in terms of what I've been up to, I have 2 voice acting things I can talk about.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
One is that I finally have done what I have finally reached the indie voice actor milestone of voicing in a fangin. So, a Danganronpa fan project, basically.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm voicing in Tetro Danganronpa, so it's and I found out that there's a pretty substantial amount of folks who watch II who are into this particular fangin, so
That's fantastic.
And the other, because this will be posted after I announce it, is I have my second major role in II now.
Hey, let's go.
Nice.
I am going to be because once this is out, the episode 2 will have been out, so I can say this. I am the new voice of Silver Spoon in Inanimate Insanity. So
Nice.
Congrats.
Nice.
I get to be British. So
British Jazzy.
Fuck you. Turns your Jazzy British.
Fucking hell.
Oh, hello there.
Oh. Oi, Gav.
In it.
Perfect.
What are you up to, Missy?
This month I'll at some point, I still haven't planned anything, and at this point, it's not that's kind of on brand. I'll at some point be celebrating 4 years of streaming as a VTuber.
Let's go.
Yay.
And usually that's just like a retrospective stream, but like we're also getting way up towards 500 followers on the Twitch channel, which for me, who doesn't really self-promote anything, is kind of incredible for 4 years. So yeah.
Good shit.
Wild, honestly.
Chloe, what are you up to?
I don't know as of yet. August is a pretty kind of interesting month because, like, I'm getting prepped for stuff that is going to be releasing in October, and some other stuff that will be releasing throughout September. But I'm aiming to get at least 1 or 2 videos out because, like, the last month has been a little bit interesting in terms of, like, actual video production. I might go back and finish up a video on Gundam G-Quux and how I feel like that, while G-Quux ended up being a complete mess, it's also kind of a love letter to Universal Century from Hideaki Anno, and I think it's kind of charming in that way. But also, it's like, it's still a major fucking mess. I'm also planning on doing a video on Bang Dreams, specifically how the series Ave Mujica that came out earlier this year fucking dragged me back in, scraping and clawing back into the hole.
I tried to get out, but then they dragged me back in.
Yeah, that's how it is with anime tie-ins, honestly. And I don't know, maybe might fuck around and write some. You might see me on like someone else's channel finally. That Pride video I've been talking about for a hot minute that I did a collab video with Hunter AU is going to be hopefully coming out this month.
Exciting.
Very
exciting.
So once that comes out, I'll be sharing it across my socials, and you'll get to hear me gush about so many queer media. It'll be beyond a jerk.
And what are those socials?
You can find me on BlueSky at chloesamflora.bsky.social, and you can also find me here, because this is my fucking channel, but you can also check me out on my website, which is chloeolegvo.com.
Jazzy.
You can find me at ladyjazzington.bsky.social, or as I like to call it, BSky.
BSky. Oh, not inaccurate.
Then you can also find me on my YouTube channel, Jazzy Oliver VO, and of course you can find me on my website, jazzyolivervo.card.co.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Missy?
You can find me on my BlueSky, at Missy Row Voice at BlueSky .social. Smile. These have been my co-hosts, Chloe and Jazzy.
We go through this every single time, Missy.
I'm Jazzy.
I'm Chloe. I'm the host of this one. These are my co-hosts. And this has been another beautiful episode of Chaotically Queer. Thank you all for listening. We'll try to maybe get through this without Missy being all like hijacking, being like, oh yeah, these are my co-hosts. I'm just like, bitch, whose channel do you think this is?
This is my channel now.
Excuse me.
I'm in your walls.
Oh
I've got the codes.
Oh no.
Bye!